everybody, welcome to 54 Nights and to our 1, 2, 3 third installment of our Trail to Road series, talking about the path to retirement for us, me specifically, because she's got to support the family.
Wow.
We're in trouble, folks. Need your help. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We need all the help we can get. This week, this video, we're gonna talk about our travel plans. How the new life is going to impact our travel plans. First of all, I'm the one retiring, and I was kidding about her supporting the family, but she is still watching our grandson and also doing the homeschool thing with him. That homeschool bit is not going to last forever, because
he's going to get smarter than I am pretty quickly.
Yeah, this whole new math stuff, I mean, we know how to divide 6, by 2, and we come up with 3, but apparently there's like a page worth of math you have to do to get to that nowadays. Math has gotten more difficult. The same math that we did in junior high is now more difficult today than it was when we were doing it in junior high.
And I'm kind of scared. So
he's going to reach that level where either one of us are not going to be able to help. So he's going to have to, find him a real teacher. Not that Mother Teresa's not a real teacher. She is awesome, actually. So with that in mind, for the short term, our travels are going to be kind of limited. Not really, kind of, because I mean she can work and get him ahead on some things, but still that puts a burden on daughter and son-in-law with watching him when,
if we're gone for a month.
Yeah, if we're gone for a while. So
because they both travel out of town. I mean, out of country even.
Yeah. So there's some logistics around that. But we will be, at least I believe, and things could change, because, what is it? Life happens when you've made other plans. I think we will be traveling more after I retire. And even there'll be times when we just bust out in the middle of the week and take grandson with us and kidnap him, and he's stuck at the lake with us for 3 or 4 days, and mom and dad will be like frantically looking for him.
No, we can call and check in. We're fine. We're not telling you our location, but we're fine.
Okay, we could do that. No ransom or anything, just
right.
But that's kind of short term. I think let's back up a little bit. When I retire, we may do a few weekend trips between my retirement date and the
vacation.
Our really, I guess what you could term as our last, technically our last vacation, even though it's going to be like a 45-day road trip extravaganza. We'll get back to that in a second. She's got to go in here to CVS and get drugged up.
I don't know why they do that. Oh, hi.
So let's back up just a little bit. In February, we got the Dallas RV show that we're going to. We always go to the RV shows, you guys know that. But typically at that Dallas RV show, although they weren't there this last time, 1,000 Trails is usually there. Now, we've never used the 1,000 Trails membership, never seen the use for it while we were vacationing, because primarily our vacations were in areas where there are no 1,000 Trails campgrounds.
And in national parks, we stayed in national
state parks, national parks. There's only one actual 1,000 Trails campground in Colorado. It's near Gunnison, though. Good location. We will probably stay there at some point because we like that area. But primarily Thousands Trails are along the coast. They're scattered other places. There's a couple in North Texas that we'd probably go to. One of them in particular has like a bunch of stuff for kids to do, but primarily they're along the coast. And we haven't spent much time at all on the East Coast, which is something we'd both like to do. We would like to go, several places along the East Coast.
We've been to Assateague Island, we've been to Virginia Beach, and we've been to beaches on the Atlantic side of Florida.
Yeah.
The northern part of Florida, and that's about it.
And of course, Florida has quite a few Encore parks or Thousand Trails parks. So we're going to have the money to buy the full membership, the lifetime membership type thing in February. So we will likely do that because we will be using it. I've researched it. I've kind of put numbers to it and to figure out, if it would be worth it for us, and at least on paper, and from what I think our travels are going to be like after retirement, it will pay for itself.
And if we ever are destitute, we'll have our RV and our Thousand Trails membership.
Hey, there you go. If she ever gets fired from her job. So there's that. Now, what we won't be using the Thousand Trails for is our trip in April, May, June. And because I'm currently making reservations for a lot of it. We already have our reservations to the Land of Mickey. An ugly green and white and gold van.
It's very colorful.
And ugly.
I don't know about ugly.
It's ugly. It was ugly. It was loud too. Apparently the back of that van had speakers in it. But we are going to the Land of Mickey for our typical 2-week stay there. But on the way down, this is how I envision our future travels. I would like to not do any just overnighters. I would like to go to a place, stay at least 2 full days, which would be 3 nights. Stay for 3 nights before we move on. And that's a lot of what I'm trying to do on this trip down to Florida. I'm trying to schedule things where we stay for 3 nights before we move on. I feel like that gives us an opportunity for 2 things. One, to relax, which is kind of the point. And the other is to explore, to kind of soak in where we're at. If we're at a state park in Louisiana or Mississippi somewhere, it gives us a day or 2 to explore the park, to see and to share with you guys what we think of the park. So that's what I'm doing for this road trip down to Florida. Fort Pickens and St. Andrews, 2 places that we know we like, are on that list, and the reservations have been made.
Let's see, if we got Thousand Trails and we were heading out for this trip that we do a lot, Thousand Trails wouldn't help us.
It would. There are some
but
Thousand
we wouldn't get to stay at St. Andrews and
No, we would. But
well, yeah, we would if we pay for it.
Yeah. No, I mean.
So I guess what I'm getting to is how does having a Thousand Trails membership alter our plans? Do we not usually stay at St. Andrews and Fort Pickens?
No, but we stay at KOAs a lot of times. And KOAs are 50 to 60 plus a night. And if there's a Thousand Trails option in the area,
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, as an option for KOA,
right?
And
an option for other private parks that we've stayed at on our road trips. So we will still stay at some of our favorite places.
It'll be hard to justify it, though. I think it'll change it a little bit. I'm just curious how it'll be.
It might change it a little bit, but not really, because most of our favorite places are in the interior of the U.S.
Where there's not
1,000 trails.
I got you.
So that's part of the plan. And of course the traveling piece of it, where we take our time. I don't want to plan out any of our road trips to where we have to stay overnight in a truck stop.
Really? I don't mind that.
I don't know. I don't mind it, but
I don't know. For me, it's just something like, oh wow, look at how much money we're saving, and I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah. And when we're on vacation and we're on a time crunch, I mean, that's the difference. That's what we're moving into now. We're going from vacationing to just doing a road trip. Where vacation, we have X amount of days. Mm-hmm. I've only got 16 days off. So we've got to get there in 2 and be back in 1. Mm-hmm. That's usually how we do it.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why we're in such a hurry to get back, but it's just how it works.
Well, we usually don't make reservations for the trip back.
Okay.
We make them for the way down. We don't make them for the way back because,
if we don't make it back, that's okay.
So that is the short-term plan. Long-term plan, and we've talked about this before, we play tabletop role-playing games, so we've got different sized dice, the 4, the 8, 6, 10, 12, 20-sided dice. And I've got a 3D printer, which kind of adds some fun to this mix. And I found out you can get these online. A 4-sided dice with the directions of the compass. We go somewhere and we stay for 2 or 3 nights or a week or however long we feel like we want to stay. And then, keep in mind, this is after she's actually retired. And then we get up in the morning and we roll the dice to see which direction we're going to drive from there.
We've done something like this before.
We have done something like this before, and folks, I got to tell you, it's awesome. It is a blast. Mm-hmm. A little more difficult to do nowadays.
Yeah, a lot more difficult to do nowadays because of reservations.
We actually did this. This is how we went to Yellowstone one year. I had 3 brown envelopes stuffed with all the planning stuff. I've been planning vacations forever.
He enjoys the planning part, which is good because I don't.
But stuffed with all the information for 3 different road trips. And if memory serves, one of the trips was...
It was like Six Flags one?
No.
I thought it was something closer to home.
Oh, it was the theme parks in Ohio. Sandusky, Ohio. Cedar Point. Okay. One of them was a Cedar Point. One of them was Washington, D.C., and the third one was Yellowstone. And this is how we played it. I planned them all out. Didn't make any reservations. This was back prior to internet. Well, I mean, there was internet if you considered AOL and CompuServe internet, but...
Loading, please wait.
Yeah. You've got mail. We got up the morning, the departure morning, loaded up, and I held up the 3 manila envelopes, and the kids, our 3 children, decided which of those 3, they were not labeled, they decided which of those 3 they wanted. They chose it, and we opened it. And that is when we knew we were going to Yellowstone.
And that we needed coats instead of swimsuits.
Your turn. So the 4-sided dice thing, it actually, that's just something fun we've done. It's honestly, it's a reflection of how we've been through life anyway.
Yeah.
Just kind of roll the dice, see which way. But that's not to say that we won't have destinations in mind. Like, you know, she'll want to go see the Laura Ingalls Wilder house
or the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show Museum.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Little stuff, not
and
the
he'll
big...
want to go see historical, boring sites.
Don't let her lie to you. She likes that stuff.
I don't.
But, you know, we'll have destinations in mind, but still...
I was going to say everybody's dead, but you said Laura Ingalls Wilder, so...
See, that's kind of historical.
It kind of is.
Yeah. But that's kind of the gist of our travels. At this point, I don't see us ever being straight up full time. I do see us getting to a point where we're most of the time, but I just, because of, you know, family.
On both sides, older than us and younger than us.
Yeah, and football.
I mean, gotta have priorities.
Gotta have priorities. You know, just, we will be most of the time. We will be on the road a lot, you know, just going different places, state parks. That's one of the things we really want to do is explore the state parks in the different states.
Colorado, there's a lot we want to see.
Yeah. I mean, we went to a state park in Missouri Mississippi years and years ago that was just gorgeous, and it was one of those overnights that I'd like to go back to and stay for a few days. So the travels are coming. Of course, our first trip in April, May, June, that's coming out to be a long 45 day-ish journey. I don't have the plans on how we get back or when we get back.
Well, as usual.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah,
so,
watch the beginning of this, you would know that.
You know, we could end up down in Key West, or we could end up at Myrtle Beach, or, you know, who knows. But that's kind of our travel plans after retirement.
Today, anyway.
It all changes. But I know a lot of you guys do travel full time, and you know, where I watched a video just recently about wintering, you know, these folks wintering in Arizona for the first time, where they had been to Florida. So I'm wondering, you know, Arizona or Florida, which do you prefer? Or even West Texas. You know, West Texas doesn't get too darn chilly. You know, Southwest Texas, you know, getting down towards what is that? Guadalupe Mountains National Park.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Southwest Texas.
You're trying to take the snow away from me? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh my gosh, if I and see that's another one of our. She mentions that, and that's actually something that we've discussed often these past few months, really this past year. We'll see something on the news and be like, ooh, wouldn't it be nice just to be able to crawl into the motorhome and head that way? I'm sure there's going to be our fair share of that stuff where we're calling our daughter saying, hey, you know about tomorrow?
Can your brother watch?
Yeah. So, you know, going out to see the snow in Colorado, just to go to Colorado, just to play in the snow for a couple of days is actually some form of spontaneity that will exist. So anyway, wintering, where's your favorite spot? Florida, California, Arizona? Nobody likes California. West Texas.
He says that because I was born there. And why is it your favorite?
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
detailed. We want to know this
Yeah,
stuff.
because, you know, we might be going there sometime in the very near future. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. I know we rambled. That's what we do
That's
here.
what we do.
We'll catch y'all down the trail.
Bye-bye.